Do you ever... Anyway, hi. Usually I try to stream or start stream a minute or two earlier just to kind of get everything situated. I went downstairs to get a water and I closed the cabinet door on my finger. It's a really sad time, a really sad, depressing time. My finger hurts. It'll be fine. It's not really that bad. It's just the overall surprise of how could this happen? So what happened last time? Well, we did a big bad is what happened. So Oralek, the guy that... Oh, Volfred. Forgot his... I was gonna call him Vincent. The guy that Volfred talked about before, his old teammate Oralek, he thought Oralek did a big die, but just kidding. He's alive. And he's pissed. Because I think his right that he was gonna do was the final right for him, and then he would have gone back, but he did a die. And he thinks Volfred did it. Did he do it? I don't know. Volfred says he didn't do it. Find out later. So he comes in, he's like, well, let's see what these night wings are about. And then he beats our ass. He just beats us. Well, that's okay. Because at least we still have the liberation, right? We can send someone home as long as we don't mess it up with the essence. And we were doing kind of half and half. And then for some reason, my mouse decided, you know what? We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out on the left side of the game. Twice. Very kind of it. And we lost the right. So little bitch ass Tamitha got liberated. Amazing. 10 out of 10 experience. Did that increase our plan's percentage rate though? Yes. Why? I don't know. But that's where we are. And also because Oralek is doing some sus shit in the background, the stars are starting to fade. Usually what happens is the stars will fade for a time and then they'll come back. But the stars are just starting to fade, period, full stop, because of something Oralek's doing. Which is very kind of him. So, that's where we are fully. And we will pick up where we left off. I'm sorry, the sound kills me every time. So I think we've already done these things. For some reason, it didn't save, but that's okay. We'll just do a quick little click. A little click, a little clack. And we won't have to worry about it. Look at him go. You know what, just for fun, I might even take that sound and just make it something. I don't know. I have to have it. I have to have that sad bird cough. Sad drivent cough. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. Oh boy, I sure hope... I don't know anymore. I sure hope we do decent. And every time we stop, that's right. We have to go, no, not you, get out of here. We have to see if Sandra will speak to us. Again? No. Disgusting. Maybe someday she'll speak to us again, but for now our only option is to bide our time. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Where are you going? Where are you going? Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodial. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Volfred finds you off on your own, with a chapter revealed afterward. Well, my kin, it's time once more. Come see. I can't. Do you not know how snow works? Snow works from the clouds. How am I gonna see the stars through not only the snow, but the clouds? Don't be silly. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow, you see that he is right, somehow. My binoculars, my telescope. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in a steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. How is our plan looking? Still 41. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Erisa, and Orlek. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning their ways. Who's Brighton? A former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites alongside Orlek and Erisa. Erisa is a former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites along with Volfred and Orlek. And Orlek is a bitch. He is betrayed and abandoned in his moment of glory, and he's a bitch. After Brighton regained? Yes. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre, thus Orlek earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Erisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orlek perished too, to survive a fall from Mount Elodial. I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I frankly still do not hold Erisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame as well for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Volfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading, perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help that they can get. And so I have made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Volfred browns his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him in turn. Volfred stands ready to conduct the rites again. I think I'm misunderstanding. Is he conducting the rites as in, like, he's taking part in them, or he's trying to take over my reader position? Because that's rude. But also very welcome. I'm very good at the rites. But we welcome him back to the ranks. Find an exile for each of the different masks. Yeah, we did that. Oh, and something else was revealed and I missed it. Once more, do several stars shine bright in the sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Let's choose our path. We have Triesta once again, yeah. Kaelmer, Jamur, yeah. Oh, and that's it, okay. And then let's have a look at our plan. Actually, get out of here. Get out of here, planner. We don't need you yet. Let's have a look at what we have. We can fight the Pyre Hearts again. We can fight the Tempers. Where was the other one? Is it down here? And we can fight the Accusers. The Accusers, the Pyre Hearts, and the Tempers. And the Tempers. I mean... they're all kind of down there at the bottom. I mean, let's fight the Accusers. We've only fought them, like... I mean, I say fight. Let's basketball for our lives with the Accusers. Because we only went against them once, you know? Why not? So we shall soon square against Lendel the Liar and the Accusers. Him I know all too well. Perhaps you notice that he doesn't like us very much. He then tells you what he knows of your next adversary. Lendel the Liar. The first adversary you confronted in the rites not long after you took your first steps on the path to freedom. A formal constable of the Commonwealth, he gained a reputation for his strict and brutal manner. By any means, he always caught the crook. Once he arrested a civilian who hated him on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts that had gone missing. Lendel discovered the artifacts himself in the civilian's home. The suspect soon was exiled. Still, he denied the charges, even as they cast him downriver. The case was investigated further, though too late. Suspicions turned to Lendel. It turned out he planted the damning evidence himself, so he was exiled in turn. In the downside, he soon became acquainted with the rites, having heard all of this from several people in high places. He asserted himself as the de facto leader of the Accusers. They bent to his aggressive nature and prevailed many times under his watch. Yet each time his chance at liberty arose, the Nightwings either defeated him or simply did not show. He wishes more than anything to outdo the Nightwings, perhaps even more so than to be free again. Let us give him another opportunity. For now, have a good night, my kin. You bid Volfred a good evening. At dawn you shall take flight again. Well, nobody wants to speak to us, which is fine. We have... Why is it shiny in here? Volfred's biography. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which he used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually, he too was found and cast down. In the downside, he was taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit like-minded individuals who might stand together to usher in the new age for the Commonwealth. I don't know if that was the bit that they wanted us to look at. Look at, he's already... He just needs to be in one right, and he's like, don't worry about it, man. Amazing. Alright, well that's interesting. We have 2 things, I think, to read. Afterward. Hello? I'd unlock every chapter in the Book of Rites. Check 50 different pages in the Book of Rites. Alright, very good. Afterward. A list of terms which you may wish to know. As an exile of the downside, as reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here within this part of the book is offered summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either firsthand or in passing on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path towards enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves, nor the existence of this book. Rites terms. A list of terms which you may wish to know. I mean, it's too late for that. Adversary is the opposite people. Or is the solitary weapon in the rites, one's inner strength. Banishment is a fleeting sense of nothingness. Book, it's this. Casting, the art of projecting one's aura towards the adversary. Enlightenment, understanding gained after conducting a rite. Expulsion is the state of eternal banishment. Well, hold on. We had that page. I can only look at this page. I guess they made this one easier to read because you can only see that one. I don't know. Oh, whoops, I wasn't done. Come back in there. You silly goose. I don't want to read those. We've already been in all of this. Don't need to do it again. 8 scribes. Golgothanian. Wields the tower shield oath taker. Haub is the imp. Jamura is the cur. Luscalorian is the tree man. Milith is the bog witch. Solium, I don't know. Oh, there he goes, the demon scribe. Trista is the harpy. Under King Aura's the other one. The worm. That's the one. How many pages? How many pages do we have? Yeah. And then they tell us the races. Yeah. The different places. Yeah. Celestial landmarks. Yeah. The Titans. Yeah. Let me back up. I like how they crossed out Yaslok's name. This guy sucks. Remove him from the book. Olden Stars list the terms you may wish to know. Again, a little bit too late for that. Alright. We've gone through the book. Get out of here. Let us continue on our journey. Oh,
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader.
Yeah?
Yet an awful rumor reached me recently.
Okay. What is it?
You have within your retinue a traitor.
Whomst?
To the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you?
I don't know who that is.
I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
Who? Who are you looking for? You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, described within the book, calls to you during the rites, reminds you of your exiles, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is either eager to set forth at your command. Okay, anyway, take off. Hello. I forgot it's clicking, not mouse, not WASD. Excuse me. I don't think that there are any more places of interest, so we'll just go straight on down. Oh my god, I lied. Oh, hey. Hey. Oh no, not you again. This is really gonna hurt again, isn't it? Just leave this wretched knight in peace. He wants nothing more to do with you. Go away. Well, there's a thing of interest, so now I have to go up here again and check. Which was none. Amazing. Whoopsie poopsie. Just the one. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Volfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he's thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within those woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So it means a lot now, to be here above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my kin? I have viewed it. And now I must continue the downs. What the fuck is that? Are you good? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. He's dead now. What have I done? Your flight takes you near to where you breached upon Stormwall into the Deathless Tempest. With the climate and the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Bam, 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 bam. 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 Beep, 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 beep. We'll get there eventually, excuse me. See, look at that, another thing. The spring of Jamor has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Bullanthius. The Hive Titan. Vanquished by the scribe Jamora Manymane, from its remains flows a rejuvenating spring which gladdens up the valley's desolation. The legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you have already read it in the book. Not all believes the book exists, of course, nor the greater titans, nor the rites. I have encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Jamura Manymane. They took it the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this one to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. And then we'll choose in a minute. I'm gonna just check here and down here. I don't know if we can go down any further. I don't remember. No, that's it. All right, back up. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, so we have Glue Hive. Stop moving. We have Glue Hive, the north route across Jamor Valley. Gilman suspects you may find something of value along this route. And the Fall Flat. Tizo expressed an interest in taking this route to the Spring of Jamur. So we can either possibly get an item. What does he know? I mean, I don't think he would know, but let's do it anyway. Land. Get down there. Get down there while I scoot around. I'll speak to you in a minute. Listen, she says that we are her favorite reader. Don't act like it, huh? There. Volfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my kin. Was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet exactly how Volfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us, or, dare I say, more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Volfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them, that my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded, in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still. My agents have put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause. Found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. We cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years since long before my exile. Many were former students, from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and they in turn report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our planned success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. But those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength regardless, knowing our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other. Not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides out of the wagon bearing the sealed message. That explains how the percentage continues to grow. Let's search with valuables. Search for valuables with Gilman. At Sir Gilman's behest, you explore the dusty wastes of Glue Hive. However, the search proves fruitless, and you see little reason to keep at it. Alas, that this night led our noble master reader so astray. You exchange some words of consolation as you head back to the Black Wagon, where you should still have time to pursue your vocations. I would love to pursue my vocations. We will specifically pick one person. Not you, you're fine. Not you, you're fine. Not you, you're fine. We can do Tizo. Sure. Yeah, sure. Get mentored. Oh, Skriok. Tizo would be pleased to go over the finer points of the rites with you. You and Tizo go over his understanding of his aura and its connection to his presence, both physical and spiritual. The discussion proves informative. Oh, we were so close. Oh, Krihum. Tizo believes that the size of one's aura does not always correlate with one's capacity in the rites. So true, Sweaty. We were so close. Anybody want to say anything to me? No, of course not. Let's have a little look. You know what? I think we'll just give Tizo the thingy. Sure. Look at that. Very good. We did it. We did one thing for him. Harakiri. Caesar just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the rites, and it's part of the Nightwings. Good for you, man. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. 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 Uh-huh. Did I pick this? I don't remember picking that. Let's do that. Nice. Continue the journey. Yep. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first, you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then... Ah, your boy Ron. A voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. It's good running into you like this because I got for you a really special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Spring of Jamura, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron. Barely. At least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifact he is transporting right now, and wonder whether you should get involved. Oh my gosh, tell him to get in. The Slug Market proprietor seems in need of some assistance that you may as well provide. Tell him sorry. The thought of having to travel with Falcon Ron fills you with nameless dread. Look, I think he's a delight. He's missing a shoe. Get him in. Get in here. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. I'll just, squeeze right in. He does not. Dad. Come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron joined you. Welcome him aboard. For now. After what felt like an interminable trip during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys, and remember what I said. These singers I got here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad. That is, now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. No! Your fellow exiles lost -5 glory for the next rite. Try not to think about it. I wanted to be nice! The Spring of Jump. You told me I unlocked all the pages. Whatever. Hey guys. Thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owed you one. And so as promised, I got something really, really good in stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, then he reveals to you several artifacts. A black hoof. The bearer has 100% more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb. After getting banished, bearer either returns with infinite stamina or a fast-moving howler. Black Caw. The bearer's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. Well, I shouldn't have helped you. One of the 3 scattered remnants of thrice cursed demon who roam the downside in a state of madness. One of the 3 scattered remnants of a thrice-cursed demon who roam the downside in a state of madness. One of the 3 scattered remains of the third of the cursed have been in the state of madness. Right! I don't want those. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys have got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're gonna go fast. I disagree. And they're cheap! I shouldn't have helped you! Disgust. I want the other band, though. That's 88. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. Get rid of that. I really don't know if we need these. I'm gonna sell it. Give me that. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Must be our lucky day here. I don't know what, Dad. I'm gonna fight you. Should have asked you to fight him. Downside climate, in the words of Jamara Manimane, the Alpha Chief. I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It oppresses every living thing except perhaps the native flora and a few specific areas. Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving keeps you warm when it's cold, or when it is very hot, you use what strength you can to move to somewhere you can think and breathe. The weather in the downside seems intrinsic to the different regions, which my good friend Molten Millith shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find, and you cannot stay in it for very long. Perhaps, however, shelter can accompany you rather than constrain you. The spring, in the words of Luce Galorian. I ofttimes think of the carapace of the hive titan, Balamvius, shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land. The Tremure in his brashness felled the monster with a certain flair. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace and shined upon the pulling ichor, turning it into the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. The spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. Stars began to fall there in the spring with regularity, and we now know how soon again that they shall do so. And we wish for you to see it yourself. Is that it? I don't remember. Close. Yes, okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Gilman, what say you? Sir Gilman is fuming. Is it because of Ron? Sir Gilman is fuming in anger over something, so much so that you were hesitant to approach him, but you approach him anyway. Exile is too light a sentence for this night. He notices you and seizes up. He begins acting rather nonchalant, as though his outburst did not just transpire. Oh! Greetings to you, noble master reader. What brings you to this night this afternoon? Sir Gilman is attempting to make small talk. Ask him if everything is all right. Such a venting of emotion is uncommon even for the likes of this particular worm knight. Tell him to calm down. Sir Gilman is making enough of a racket to be cause of some fair amount of concern. Let's ask him if he's okay. You maintain a gentle tone with him and ask whether there is something he might wish to discuss. Sir Gilman perhaps could benefit from talking through his woes. He stands there for a time, silent and dejected, but then... Master Reader, this knight cannot escape the horrors of his past. It seems that you would hear them. And you have this knight's apologies ahead of time for burdening you with... further with his troubles. Having said that, here then are the troubles you requested. You are, of course, familiar with the siege of the Spiral Sanctum. For this night, the memory of it is like a wound which will not close. This knight stood there on the front line whilst the Highwing remnants descended upon us. So furious was their assault on that our chain of command was ruptured instantly. We of the Sea Dominion, we require orders to perform our duty. Without such orders, why, we surely made a very easy target there that eve. One by one, then two by two, they picked us off, becoming bolder, some of them shrieking with laughter all the while. This night he saw his comrades cast aside like sea flies. How this knight survived, he does not know for certain even now. Perhaps it was that he attempted to pursue and to detain his own knight commander, whom you met when you first met this knight. That cursed Sir Deluge. If not for his craven cowardice, the Spiral Sanctum, it might have held at least a while longer. But instead, we were routed, rendered spineless both in form and deed. Sir Deluge was first to turn and flee as our chain of command crumbled. And as for this knight, he failed to catch his knight commander. He must have looked a coward too. Thus came the time for penance, and this knight, why, he insisted on the only course of action reasonable. He insisted on the sentence to the downside. And as you can plainly see, his wish was then fulfilled. How absurd that he should re-encounter his old knight commander here soon after. Thus did this knight become obliged once more to Sir Deluge. We took to the waters in the Sea of Solace, where soon we met the Pyre Hearts, a triumvirate exclusive to our kind. It was plain to see that they lacked with wherewithal, and Sir Deluge, they thought he could provide it. The leadership they sought. And his was too much of a coward to decline. As for this knight, being of the Sea Dominion, he had little choice but to comply, or so at first he thought. When he encountered you and the Nightwings, something awakened in him. With so little honor left to lose and so much left to gain, it became eminently clear that this knight stood a better chance within your ranks than those of Sir Deluge. And there is little left to say. This knight cannot escape his past, and yet he chooses to believe that he was spared that day not merely by coincidence. Perhaps under King Aura's yet has plans in store, in which this knight may play a part. This night he clings, however, vainly to that hope. He slithers away, his head bowed low. It seems best to leave him be for now. You sense he feels relieved at having shared all of this. Oh, let's go look at it. He was a I can't read. He was a knight-errant of the Sea Dominion who sought glory in the Commonwealth, where he became a frontline fighter in the never-ending war against the Harps. In this he fared much better than most of his kind until the day of the disastrous siege at the Spiral Sanctum, where his entire regiment was destroyed in an ambush. As one of the sole survivors of the incident, Sir Gilman accepted full responsibility for the outcome and volunteered to go into exile as penance for the failure. Click the wrong button. All right. Well, we'll commence the rite. Here among the dry flats of Spring Jamura, you await the signal of the stars. There is no sign yet of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Then little Imp Tizo flutters up to you. Oh, yeah, tell me. Tizo cautions you that he has some history with your next adversary, Lendel. Tizo seems to be indicating that Lendel has a personal vendetta against him. But before he can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. I mean, I guess the stars can call to me, but where is Lendel? Your adversaries shall deal an additional... No, eat pee-pee. None of these will be selected. Goodbye.
Reader, or should I say deceiver, for I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap.
What's your problem?
I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own?
Yeah.
I thought that we were friends.
I don't know about that.
Let us return to a more formal distance.
What distance is that? Where are they? Your companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries, the accusers. The little imp Tizo screeches something, cautioning you all to stay alert. Oh, okay, he just spawns out of nowhere. But then someone leaps forth from the shadows and he grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught out, you miserable beast. I knew it. After all this time, I knew that you were still among their ranks. Oh, Tizo is angry to have stumbled into an apparent trap laid for him by Lendel. What trap? Silence, fiend. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now, and you, Nightwings, shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers. Come then, my accusers. For we face again none other than the spawn of the cursed imp Haub the Swallow. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Tizo whistles something angry back at him. Whatever transpired between him and Lendel in the past, Lendel evidently has not let it go. Reader, my kin, let us confer for a moment here. I am now returned to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I have donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. Is the percentage changed? No. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best as I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use.
And there he is at last, alive and well.
You're so happy to see him.
That you can hear me, Sandalwood.
Uh-huh.
You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
You're so salty. W to use Aura Shield. It deflects adversaries' auras. I see. Okay. So I can only use it while I can't move and do it at the same. Hold on, actually, I just realized, does he have little stick feet? Is this his torso and then it's no leg, it's just feet? Or is he like in the ground and he's moving within the ground? Actually, I think that's the case. I don't think that's his feet, thankfully. That would look so silly. So let's do blink. 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 Blink it again. Hold right click to spawn a sapling. If Volfred is banished, his sapling expires. So would it be... Get me over here. So what if I just spawn one right here? I guess he would have to... You'd have to like slam dunk it. I guess that's good to know. But he's so slow. Excuse me. Now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all. If and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as triumvirate together.
Choose quickly your triumvirate.
Don't tell me what to do. Rude. Anyway, He was a well-feared young constable of the peace, bent on always making sure his suspects were found guilty. Once he took a civilian on suspicion of theft of Commonwealth artifacts. The civilian was exiled when the artifacts were found in his home, but on further investigation, suspicions turned to Lendel. It turned out he had planted the damning evidence, so his was exiled in turn. And the downside, he soon made contact with the accusers who needed another and found in him a capable new leader. Well, he sucks, so. Let's see what you got. Disgusting. Oh god, he's gonna kill us. And his allies are banished. Dun 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 dun. Disgusting. What do you got there? Of course it automatically gains 30. Yeah, slay. What do you got? Oh, yeah! Yeah! Oh, this is gonna be so good. Guys, this is gonna be so good. Guys. And we got 20. 20. 20! And what do we have? 10. 10. 10. Oh no. Alright, well let's choose Gay because she's got the shit going on.
Well?
Shut up. I'm mad at you. Jumping the gun and shit.
Gay.
Did Tizo have to join? No. Let's see. I mean, he does 20 and she does 20. Perhaps we will be okay. One would like to believe.
Sir Gilman.
I mean, yeah.
Jodariel, it is done.
This knight shall not stand idly by while the diminutive Dizzo suffers such slurs. Nightwings, the wicked fiend you serve is an affront. He denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him or any of you. Calm down, calm down.
Commence. The Nightwings are the first to strike.
Yum. Oh, walked into it like some idiot. Oh my god, he's gonna kill us.
The orb slips from your clutches.
What was that?
Alas,
Why did that happen? That was weird.
A blow against the adversary's pyre. Magnificent.
Space.
purifying. Their flame has died a little.
No, not again. I cannot lose to you again. This cannot be happening to me.
Resplendent. Tis taken. Alas for Jodariel. Everything which you hold dear. Now end the ceremony. That one almost got through.
My mouse did the thing again where it said, you know what, let's go to the left. Get in there.
And it is done. The Night Wings prevail.
He's so mad about it.
Next adversaries fare a little better.
He's so mad about it.
The rite is complete.
Oh, Screehy, huh? Tiazo is very pleased that you prevailed, but wishes to make a quick exit at this time. Blast! Where did he go? Where did he go? That infernal imp. It is a monster in disguise, a fiend. Come forth to torment me until the day I die. Lendel storms off in a fit of anger. Tiazo reappears once the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. What Lendel said before. If Tiazo truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow, then he has quite the legacy to live up to.
The 8 scribes bless us with their
Achieve
ways.
rank 5 with any exile campaign. Nice. The rites would have me think that I have nothing left to learn. Whether that be a falsehood or a contradiction, I am yet uncertain. Nonetheless, I shall press on, for the limits of my mastery always have exceeded my grasp, and I expect they always shall. Okay. I mean, let's just complete it. Let's just complete the mastery. Yeah.
Praise be to Solium. Sir
Nice.
Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind as wont.
This knight wonders at times about why we are here and which forces have conspired to bring us here together. Has Under King Oris himself taken an interest in this noble quest? I don't know. I literally just work here. I don't think I ever banish anybody with him, to be honest, but we'll do it anyway.
Until the stars align.
Stay mad. We have another berry. Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after vanquishing the accusers with ease when Volfred approaches. The Night Wings are in capable hands these days, my king. My king? Wow. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. A 44%! Yay! Come.
Let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. You gaze into the darkness of night. Seek now your destination. Hello. Triesta. Mm-hmm. Calmer. Yeah. Gaul. Okay. Let's scoot on over here. What do we have? The Fate. I already forgot what the other ones were. The Tempers. And the Dissidents. Here is my thought, perhaps. We do the Dissidents, so if we win against them, the Fate have a higher chance of being our liberation right group that we go against. So if we do lose, I'm hoping his son will help us. Perhaps. Maybe? I'd like to believe. So let's do that. We'll choose the Dissidents and then we will, stop. Well, gonna be butting heads against old Barker again, are we, chum? Guess it helps to know ahead of time so I can brush up on my groveling. He then shares with you what his knows of your next... I guess that one's a typo. He then shares with you what he knows of your next opponent. Barker Ashpaws, a volatile cur whose pack, the Dissidents, conduct the rites more so for the thrill than freedom. Back on the other side, Barker never quite took to the culture of the Commonwealth and often ran afoul of the law for various acts of boorishness or vandalism. He always promised to go straight, and in time he found a certain niche, for he was an accomplished hunter. And the people of the Commonwealth did have an appetite. Barker relished the hunt more than anything and spent his earnings on a variety of questionable things. One particularly raucous evening, Barker was caught relieving himself on the foot of the statue of the Archjustice Androbles IV, and that was the end of his citizenship. The Grand Judge, who in 617 AS issued a decree prohibiting literacy in answer to growing unrest. Those who violate the law of the Commonwealth face sentencing by the appointed Archjustice. I couldn't read for a minute, thought I said apprentice. In the downside, it seems he caught the notice of the Dissidents, who in turn must have observed his speed, ferocity, and fearlessness. He is now the best of them. Barker's reputation grew among the exiled curs of the Jamur Valley region, where he is feared and unafraid of taking what he wants. Not long after they flushed me down, I was just trying to make ends meet and made a deal with them. In hindsight, let's just say it was a bad idea. He could make my life go real sour if he wants. Anyway, I better go pass out. We got a long few days ahead. You wish Rookie a restful evening in turn? It is too late to take flight, though tomorrow you can press on. Page revealed of the accusers in the Black Wagon. I'll get to you in a minute. I got this, first of all. That makes a save happen. Very good. So then what we'll do is we'll end it here. We've got a thing to read. We've got a Tizo to speak to who does no longer sound like a sad, coughing, dying man. And next Tuesday, same time, 5 p.m., we will continue onwards. So we'll go against the Dissidents. We'll come back here. We'll speak with Tizo. We'll read the book. Do it all. See where we get to. And until then, I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.